you're not just learning to write, but you're writing to learn.
For our episode today, we have two SRSD experts with us on the phone. Please welcome Erin FitzPatrick. Erin is an SRSD researcher and Literacy and Language Fellow at Georgia State University. And Sandra Jones. Sandy is a SRSD trainer and SRSD course curriculum developer. Erin, let's start with you. Can you tell us your perspective on process writing?
So process writing is taking it all the way from however it began with a prompt, all the way through the final draft, through the revision, through the publication with an authentic audience. So Writer's Workshop and process writing allows students to really grow in whatever direction that student is driven to grow in. And it really drives motivation for writing. And if you can make a child love writing, you can make a writer out of a child.
And Erin, you were talking earlier how adding SRSD to process writing helps struggling kids catch up to the stars of the classroom. Can you tell us about that?
When I encountered SRSD, what I saw was, this can help everybody be as great as my great ones are. That's the difference. Because every time with Writer's Workshop, there are going to be about 25 to 50% of the students who don't completely master the genre because it's not explicit how to master the genre. There's a lot of deductive reasoning from really quality mentor texts, but some kiddos are not in a space where they can do that. And we know that teachers' modeling is far more explicit with SRSD than that we see with our classroom observations of just writing workshop instruction. So SRSD as an intro for a genre would be a great foundational level that could then be carried on through the Writer's Workshop. That's how I see them blending together.
Sandy, what are your thoughts on why SRSD uses explicit instruction, as Erin suggests?
So the process is very similar. We want kids writing. That's great. But some kids need more explicit instruction. So what SRSD does for the students is gives them the explicitness they need to be successful using a process writing approach so that all students benefit, but those students who are really struggling actually understand it and move forward. And I guess my feeling is if kids need that explicit instruction and you don't do it, those kids are just going to struggle all through the year.
Erin also mentioned modeling. And I want to emphasize to our listeners that SRSD modeling is a unique part of the SRSD secret sauce. Sandy, tell us about SRSD's unique perspective on modeling.
Modeling is different because I am going to actually show you what I'm thinking when I'm trying to use this skill and go through in my head out loud, oh my goodness, I really don't have any details for this. I need to put it in there. I'm going to use my graphic organizer and I'm going to find some details. Okay, good. I've got a detail. That's great. Now I'm going to go on. The next step is modeling with them. So together, we're going to think about out loud, what do I think when I'm writing a paragraph and I want to ask myself, do I have all the parts? So it's a process.
Erin, I'm going to give you the last word today. How do teachers benefit from process writing when combined with SRSD?
Writer's Workshop is really successful for teachers who have some experience in the classroom and can get a lot of moving parts going at the same time. And then people who are already doing Writer's Workshop should be able to see that there are students in their classroom who are not benefiting from the freedom that comes with the Writer's Workshop model. So SRSD would give them a lot more explicit instruction, and then they could graduate to that freedom space.
And how do you think they would best implement it?
What I would do is 4 to 6 weeks of introduction to each genre using SRSD so that every child had that full support to be successful, and then move on from that space exactly how I normally would with Writer's Workshop. So all my children can now write in this genre. Now let's let them explore once they have all the tools to be successful.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Sandy. If you would like to ask them more about integrating SRSD into your writing curriculum, email us at info@srsdonline.com.